Later, Herodias would amuse me and my nursemaid Gundi by imitating my father and his guests. Her light musical laugh could cut anyone down to size. It was reassuring to me because I was a little afraid of the men, including my father. Sometimes at night I overheard my parents quarreling. It often started when my father accused Herodias of throwing away his money on her spendthrift brother Agrippa. Herodias then called my father a skinflint to his family, who threw his money away to his racetrack friends. My father called her a poor excuse for a wife, producing only one girl, me, in all these years. Herodias asked why he needed a son and heir, since he hadn't become king of Judea after all. At this point, Gundi gave me a lamb's wool to stop my ears, but she stood at the door to listen. I never called Herodias Mama. She was always Herodias to me. When I was little, I called Gundi Mama, but I grew out of that. Herodias and I laughed at my childish mistake. The idea that my nursemaid, Gundi, a slave from a northern land, with a ruddy face and harsh accent, could be the mother of Salome, descended from the royal Herodian line. So I was a girl without a mama. But I thought I was lucky because I lived with the most wonderful friend. When Herodias was around, everything was fun and treats. Gundi did the dull and pleasant things with me, like combing the snarls out of my hair and correcting my manners. She tried to get me to stop twirling a lock of my hair, a habit I fell into when I was anxious. After all of my trouble to groom your hair, Miss Salome. Sometimes when I missed my mother, I would hit out at Gundi. She held my wrists and made reproachful clucking noises, but she couldn't punish me. She was, after all, a slave. Returning home from a shopping trip, Herodias would call my name as she stepped into the atrium. As I came running to see what little girl she brought me from the market, fresh dates maybe, or a trinket. The real gift was the way she drew me into the charmed circle just for the two of us. When she was home, Herodias played clapping games with me and sang me songs. After Gundi had put me to bed, she would come to my room and give me a sip of honeyed wine with her own goblet. Sleep well, my dearest pet. I worshipped Herodias more sincerely than I worshipped any god. For the longest time I had faith, a faith so deep that I didn't even know I believed it, that I would grow closer and closer to my mother as I grew up. If I was worthy, the two of us would become inseparable. As I grew older, Herodias did spend more time with me. She took me on outings to the theater, picnics on the Tiber River, holiday trips to a resort on Lake Sagazio. I only wish these events did include other people, often relatives visiting from Rome, from other parts of Europe. Herodias didn't have close women friends, but she delighted in giving parties for other ladies and their children. It was a good excuse for her to show off her talents. Like most women, Herodias hadn't had much education, but she had an excellent memory. She loved to read poetry and novels, and she could recite many poems by heart. Sometimes I would ask Gundi, "Do you think I'll be as pretty as Herodias when I grow up? Or do you think I'll be as clever as Herodias?" I didn't mean that I wanted to rival my mother, only that I wanted to be worthy of her love. Gundi wouldn't answer these questions except to say, "What nonsense," or "Clever is as clever does." I was afraid of her answers really meant no, there was no chance, that I wouldn't deserve to dwell in the charmed circle of Herodias forever.